Reeboks just founded in 2017 and started really in a dynamic way from 2018. And we are working with a lot of conglomerates such as Samsung, LG, SK, very big companies, and also startup, middle-sized and small-sized company to, help the leaders organization, transform through the out-of-box solutions. So rethink, realign, retool, and rebox. That is our mission. So I'm very happy to work with the Profit, such as a really great, partner. So we can rebox, the everybody just, around the Korea. We are the HR, really premium consulting firm. So we help everybody just from the recruiting, to the really termination process as well. Which is not really sexy, especially to talk about the exit process. However, we help the leaders and companies so that they can feel very positive experience, right? So to double click the point of like a stage to manage the goals and setting the strategy, it is really hard to make employees be happy whenever they get the payment and also evaluation at the end of the year. So that's why, we are really the experts just to help each, segmented the stage, from the employee life cycle. Companies are very various, semiconductor and food industry, beauty, and everywhere, right? So our client over 100 in conglomerate, middle size, as I told you, startup. So quite often, and we do everything regarding HR, and the industry is not that really limited. So that's why we have a lot of, the potentials and the possibility to expand to, use the profit, across the Korea, I think. In case of Korea, especially, young generations are very sensitive about the equality, right? And also compensation in the base of their performance, point of view, right? They sometimes refuse the, really conventional seniority and men, women, segregation and education, based grade and so on, right? So company needs to be more transparent on performance management. I don't like the word performance management, actually performance review, for example, right? So, we as a leader need to be very sensitive to lead the generation as, really role model to lead by example, right? So, and also, they strongly participate and engage company success by their hands. Therefore, how we gotta set out the goals and how we gotta align the objectives, which is really important nowadays. How we gotta make them challenging more, from very automated way, right? Automation is so really important, right? And also tracking is not push, where we are heading, but also we can have very, really great mindset, to grow more, than yesterday for tomorrow. Rapid.co is very powerful tool, for me. Why I like the simplest. Simple is the best. There are a lot of OKR tools. I experienced a lot of great, global tools. However, my preference is to get simple, right? So that's why, Profit.co is very powerful tools for care practice, and I would like to expand your presence for my customers so that they can be very, smart and efficient leaders so that employee can feel more positive experience. We need to do more. So that's why it takes time. Thank you for your passion. However, I'm very confident we gotta really, go one by one. And at the end of course, all leaders, CEOs gotta be a fan of Profit.co. But it takes time because number one, they have their own entrepreneur system. And number two, they don't like to use the global tool, maybe local tool because of the language, right? Number three, but good opportunity. They don't like the very expensive too. But I know Profit.co is very flexible. So that's why I think I can get it. And then we do a lot of marketing and we do a lot of, the investment as well for Profit.co. But I think, we can get it until the end of the course, I think. Our program has a lot of pros cons, right? And then from the customer's benefit standpoint of view, uh, they're gonna use the whole everything as a entire one-stop HR platform. So that's why, I have a clear reason why I like Profit.co. So we will advertise and demonstrate your strengths during the year health. So yeah, this is my mission. Just, we can be more smarter just as a leader for managing all everything all at once as a one platform for, topics regarding HR. So I know you have, evaluation, process inside, and also survey and 360 and CFR everything, and strategy also as well. This is the most what I like the best. So that's why we can make them their life very easier, but the problem is that we have very low level of the awareness. Whenever I work with the Profit.co, the reason why I like the best, you guys have very flexibility. Sometimes we work for very small size company like 30 employees. Sometimes 60, 100,000, sometimes 1,000, right? And then they are not afford to spend the money just from their point of view. And sometimes it's not the money, just it's very cheap, right? However, we need to be very smart, right? To go into the market. So that's why I like the most your really flexibility, and that this is my really clear benefit, and the reason why I like the best to work with you guys. Please be a fan of Reeboks as well. Reeboks means out of thinking solutions, rethink, realign, retool. I originally just opened up the Reeboks, to target over 6 countries. However, COVID just blocked me a lot of things. Now it's a time to expand together, to let OKRs, to let, the right, HR management, to let all just, methodologies that we have as a really skill set to where it's possible. So yeah, I need your help too. That is the area IT, the areas, because I'm not a IT expert. Sometimes they really ask me very difficult questions, whether, they can observe to a certain, like a Salesforce model ABC to, Profit.co, or just, what about the assessment tool that they having now, but, is it okay to integrate? And then it takes time, to ask to who and ask about what, and then give the answer by how, something like that. So you guys have a lot of the person in charge, but I'd like to have a one person who can help us just to give the right answer very quickly. Yeah, that is the first my issues that I need your help. And second issues that I need your help, sometimes I don't know why, but we promote every day by SNS, and also homepage everywhere it's possible. Yesterday, I had such a offline seminar, to cover 5,000, participants. You didn't see, but I mentioned profit, to everybody.
Okay.
Right? However, you didn't get the like evidence, but once they gotta know, and then sometimes they gotta contact you just directly. So
Uh-huh.
I'm sure they gotta get to know just profit awareness. However, it's hard to track where it's from. And so, I need your help. Anybody just from Korea, just please connect us so we can help you guys. And also, we can also be motivated to work together because, very sin is not always a fact, right? So that's why, we play by trust. So that's
Yes.
why we cannot expect all customers, play as our really given frame. Got a top two not in the world, but profit is the one number one. Profit Taco gonna be the second and Reebok's gonna be the first. I'm sorry, I was kidding. Go forward without execution, please. So
Yeah.
that's why, yeah, I like your speedy just respond and also, really spirit mindset as well. This is the clear reason why I like the most the profit. I have a lot of just partnership around the world, right? However, Profit is the number one company who execute in a timely manner. That's who you are. However, we're not gonna be behind. So that's why we are like a very robust, HR premium consulting firm. And you know what? My reputation, just the season, the global, like 100, top 100 leaders from the Times, I got the award, 2017. Why? Because execution and because of the big the roles just who took as a really small and very tiny Korean lady, but how come I got that crown because of the execution and strategy. So that's why I see very clone of the spirit and philosophy and vision together. So very glad to work with you guys.